Beth, you're here today to share your testimony of how God's faithfulness and love and mercy has brought you through a really hard time in your life. And so just share with the people what you want for others to learn from this testimony about the faithfulness of God.
My name is Beth Contreras, and I think a lot of you might know me as Josh Contreras' sister and Amanda Contreras, and I moved to Lawrence last December from Ulysses, Kansas, and I work at Lawrence Memorial right now. And a lot of people don't know maybe that I was married for 5 years to, his name was Justin, and he was youth pastor in Ulysses, and he had an affair. It was a very hard time for me to go through that. We were trying to have a baby for 5 years, and so to feel the pain monthly trying to have a baby, and monthly the doctors telling us we weren't pregnant, and then to find out that my husband had an affair was a very huge blow, I guess, to my life, I guess. I didn't know how to deal with anything, or, just caught off guard. I just didn't expect, especially Justin being, a youth pastor, being a leader in our church. I just never thought that would happen to me, I guess, and to have all the kids hurt and confused and disappointed in him and mad and angry, and me trying to make excuses for him, that, forgive him or not to forgive him, and tell the kids not to be mad at him. But I was mad and hurt, and it was, it was a tough time. Instead of blaming God during that time, I dove more into the Word, and I spent my entire time, I don't think I watched TV for like months. I came home from my lunch break, I went straight to my room, I read, I journaled every single day, and I prayed, and I went to work, and I came back, the minute I came home from work, the same thing. And that was my life for several months. And, I was hopeful for my marriage, and I prayed, and we went to counseling, and he went once with me, but I went on my own, and the counselor, just kept seek God, and finally when he filed for divorce, it was last October or November, and the divorce was final by December. And so that was, I could have been angry and mad at God, because I was like, why? I prayed for my marriage. They say it's like, like a grieving process. I was very, very hurt for the longest time by him, and then I hated him. I think I told you one time during counseling, I said, you said, well, we want him to go to heaven. And I was like, actually, I don't care if he goes to heaven. I'd like to see him go to hell. But, I knew deep down I didn't, but that's how I felt. And it hit me a few months ago that I think Pastor kept preaching on forgiveness. I felt like I am kind of stuck because I'm not forgiving him. And then I felt that I was actually hindering his walk as well because I wasn't able to forgive him. So I sent him a forgiveness letter, and I emailed it to him. I didn't say, write me back, anything. I just put what was on my heart, and I forgave him. And it's been hard because I still have to remind myself, oh wait, you've forgiven him. You don't hate him, or we're not going to talk bad about him. But I felt the minute I did that, within like weeks, every day, it was just like, even at church, praising, it was just like totally different. I wasn't like during the worship songs, it wasn't that I was crying, like, heal me. It was more like I could just love on, God. And it's just, since then, I feel, even the last couple months, even stronger and a little more free. And actually, I don't, feel the hate for him. Is more like I feel sad for him. I feel sad that he's so lost right now.
How important is it, have you learned to realize that God is your self-esteem, God is the source of all things, and that he can fill those voids of losing a husband and not having a child? And
it was like a reminder that I need to have, I've read a lot of books and different devotions for divorce, and it was like almost, to show that, have God be that person in your life, have God be that number one man in your life, basically. And anytime, I had to learn anytime, I needed that reassurance, I needed a husband to do something for me. It's just like I can go to God and ask Him for the help. There's different support groups that I found that I could go to, and I think anybody's there to listen, to talk to, and pray with you, and just to kind of know that you're not out there alone. There are a lot of people that have been through what you've gone through.